Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 15 for November 15th, 2023. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a grievous word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise utters knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools pours out folly. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, keeping watch upon the evil and the good. The healing of the tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it is a breaking of the spirit. A fool despises his father's correction, but he who regards reproof gets prudence. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but the revenue of the wicked is much trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the foolish not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to Yahweh, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to Yahweh, but he loves him who follows after righteousness. There's grievous correction for him who forsakes the way. He who hates reproof shall die. Sheol and Abaddon are before Yahweh. How much more, then, are the hearts of the children of men? A scoffer does not love to be reproved. He will not go to the wise. A glad heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart, the spirit is broken. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on folly. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he who is a cheerful heart has a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of Yahweh than great treasure and trouble with it. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fatted ox and hatred with it. A wrathful man stirs up contention, but he who is slow to anger appeases strife. The way of the sluggard is as a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is made a highway. A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to him who lacks sense, but a man of understanding makes straight his going. Where there is no counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man has joy in the answer of his mouth, and a word in due season, how good it is. To the wise, the way of life goes upward, that he may depart from Sheol beneath. Yahweh will root up the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. Evil devices are an abomination to Yahweh, but pleasant words are pure. He who's greedy of gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes shall live. The heart of the righteous studies to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. Yahweh is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart. Good tidings make the bones fat. The ear that hears the reproof of life shall abide among the wise. He who refuses correction despises his own soul, but he who hears reproof gets understanding. The fear of Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor goes humility. So, realize I only have a couple of people that regularly watch these videos. So, sorry to disappoint anybody that wondered what the heck happened. Did Cheetah die? Was he driving in the middle of the night and pancake his car or something? No, thankfully. You know what I'm saying? Praise Jesus. But when I tell you I have been down for the count for a couple of days, like, sometimes I'll admit on here, right? Like, look, I'm so tired. I just wanted to read this like I was supposed to. Then I gotta go home. I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna shower. And then other days, I'll soldier on, unless I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep at the wheel. This is dangerous. Or, worse, lately, last week, when I was trying to work and the week before, there's no money to be made. I made $4 in a week from one service. 4! Whatever. The point being, though, is I was knackered. You know what I mean? So I was laying on the couch when my wife got home from work, which that's the other thing, right? Wait on her to get home. She gets off at 11:30. It's midnight. You want to sit with her, maybe snack and show. Instead, she comes home to me like half dead on the couch and moaning. And I will soldier through if I'm able to do it for a lot of things. But I don't know, man. Something was right with me. And there's a couple of viruses going around. So there's just like the fall shenanigans happening. And then apparently there's pneumonia going around. A lot of I hate to bash on the daycares, but it's like nasty kid soup. You know what I mean? And then everybody's sick all the time. But the hospital's seen an uptick in that. And funny enough, what was pneumonia called again? Like 3 years ago? We had a real serious name. We all had to wear masks and, headgear and a bunny suit and stay in our house. So maybe I got the new edition. Maybe, it's just another virus. But I've been feeling weird, man. I take like a deep breath and I feel like weak up here. And like doing nothing, I would get winded. My neck would be beating, and just the weirdest stuff. It got me, as days went on, it got me worried. So she's got to work. I've got the 3 kids to take care of. I got to do at least some things. I can't just lay there in misery all day. So, man, it's been a rough week. Let's just say that. First couple days, it was like, man, I'm tired. I don't feel good. I'm cold. Normally, if I get cold, it's like fever o'clock. But then it's, well, you don't have a fever. It's like, then what's wrong with me? So that just progressed, and I had a crazy several days of fever breaking, this, that, and the other. Turns out, aspirin sucks. I'll just say that. Like, it was breaking my fever at the end of the dosage schedule, and you're not supposed to double up on aspirin because you don't want to thin your blood too much. I did try Tylenol. Marginally worked, but what is it, the glutathione? It's not good for you. But we could not find the stupid bottle of ibuprofen. You buy a new bottle, I think it was a 2-pack. Buy it, put it somewhere, it ain't there. What, in the diaper bag? Well, right now we have a rental car because our big truck is getting worked on, which that's a whole nother shenanigans. That was supposed to be ready in like 3 days. It's been like at least 2 weeks, going on 3 now. They're finally calling that it might be ready tomorrow. So thanks. We had to get a big car to be able to fit the kids and any deliveries that I might have. And that meant an extra $200 every 3 days. So I don't even know what the enterprise bill I'm about to get is going to look like. But whatever. Pay that. Pay my deductible. I got to get in touch with them to do oil change, service, check my undercarriage before it's a salty, snowy mess underneath. And next week is road trip o'clock. So I'll get to be in the presence of my family. Super excited about that. And just try to enjoy the holidays. It's not a normal Christmas trip. It's not a Thanksgiving trip. It's kind of like we're doing what we can. So we'll have holiday parties and a Christmas PJ party and things like that. And we'll Zoom or talk on actual Christmas. So I'm still winded, but I'm to the point where I got my ibuprofen, and what's terrible about it is you can only take 800 milligrams every 8 hours. So at the end of that 8 hours, I'm fading, or at least had been. But since that was effectively breaking my fever for the last like 2 days, I think I was able to kind of get over it. It's supposed to be, pneumonia. Well, I don't feel any congestion. I got the weird thing going on the top of my lungs. Head's not really congested. Odd. It's just odd. Strep throat's going around, but my throat doesn't hurt. So, it is what it is. Overexert myself, trying to do everything, and I don't know, man. I fail. So today I thought, let me start with the 15th because it's the 15th. Let me see what God has to say to me, and not that 9 through 14 are not going to be good or valid, but at the same time, like, today's the day. We read it on the day. We see what God has to say. So that's what we got. And to me, I lost my spot. This passage has a lot of things about, basically, the Lord supports those who are righteous, right? Say it all the time. Not a righteous dude. Maybe like Ferris Bueller. Cheetah's a righteous dude. Yeah. But as far as like walking the right path, I'm doing my best. It's like when a toddler's clomping around behind you. Ooh, a rock. Ooh, a bug. Ooh, a caterpillar. That's kind of like following the Father, following Jesus. It's like He's waiting on me. He's just up there. I'm doing my best I can to kind of catch up and move forward. So I've really had it on my heart that I missed all this week. But when I say I couldn't manage it, there were a couple times where I was like, I'll just film it from like the couch. I'll hold the phone. It's like I couldn't. Bad news, everybody. Don't get sick. 1 out of 10. Do not recommend. There was one verse in particular that kind of stroked my heart here, and that's what I'm looking for. The heart of the righteous studies to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. I got a foul mouth. If you know me in person, it's just like in there. And if you don't know, curse words are in another part of the brain. That's why when you have people with Tourette's, that brain activation can elicit foul language, because those are kind of in a different reserve because they're highly emotionally charged, right? Uh-oh, I'm going to lose this. So I've been trying to correct my speech, but I'm reprogramming my brain. Go with God.